What's going on, workforce? Brian here, and today we're talking about the future of Halo. Halo Infinity is set to reveal this E3, and that's actually not that far off. And just recently it's been reported by Xbox Dynasty that they are having a development budget of $500 million. Now, none of this is confirmed. This is just what is being put out there, and this is not marketing dollars, what the site goes on to talk about. So the idea that just pops in my head is that what kind of game is Halo Infinity? What kind of game is $500 million worth of development costs? This is not marketing. This is none of that. What kind of game could this be that also is going to be a part of Xbox Game Pass? That's coming to Xbox and Xbox Infinity is what I'm calling it too, and obviously PC. Honestly, to this point, I'm like, why not also just release it on PlayStation? If you're going to be spending $500 million, like, I'm not really all pro quote-unquote exclusives, and if they end up bringing xCloud to PlayStation at some point, well, you know, then there you go. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, with games like Call of Duty, with games of these other just shooters maybe coming in at $300 million, like with Destiny and things like that, the question that I leave up to you, and the question that I'm actually hopeful for, is that is this going to be the Xbox, the Halo version of the shared world shooter? Phil Spencer dove into, he loved Destiny. I was definitely a big Destiny fan, but that is seemingly where the market might be going, and you might hear this and be put off immediately. And I understand it, and I can totally respect that concept. But what I mean is not in the sense that here's a game with very little content, very little updates rolled out here and there. Eventually the game gets good after about a year, aka we're waiting to see what happens with Anthem, aka Final Fantasy 1.0 relaunch, aka games as a service, the challenge that exists. Even Division 2 and these other games as a service had to wait till the sequel. But what could they do with an established IP, with the right budget, with the right mindset, and hopefully not putting their head in the sand to learn from other people's mis-experiences? With Phil Spencer being a fan of what Destiny was doing, it seems to make sense. It seems like Halo could fit in that mold perfectly. Now, this doesn't mean I want to see them get rid of the single-player campaign. Hopefully they make that stronger than what they had in Halo 5. Hopefully that doesn't mean that we get rid of the arena multiplayer, but an expansion of the multiplayer both for PvP and even PvE, bringing in that RPG element, bringing in that boss rush, the things that with strongholds, with strikes, with the mission structure that can really help just round out the overall experience with Halo. One of the things that we really dove into, me and the Game Night crew, we literally just played Halo for pretty much a year and a half from Halo 5, and we've kind of come back to it here and there. It's such a solid multiplayer experience, but it's also something that hasn't received any content within the last year or two, and so that just leads me to wonder, should it go the games as a service route? Should Halo Infinity be essentially the last Halo ever released, where story missions, campaign missions are eventually dropped upon us? They did a huge amount of support for Halo back in the day. Halo 5 received a lot of love, a lot of support, just based off of loot boxes and the monetary setup there. That's actually one of the things that when everything kind of broke with Battlefront, it's kind of like Halo's like, yeah, we've got them, but we're not, don't look over here at us. We still are doing the loot box thing. So regardless of what they decide to do, how they decide to support it, when I read this, I'm trying to set my expectations to reasonable. I'm trying to set my expectations so that I'm not sitting here hoping for something that is never meant to be. And that is just where I leave the question up to you guys. What do you want to see with the next Halo? Personally, if it's an online shared world shooter that is essentially going to receive content updates, that excites me to no end. As much as, as much as I hope that we don't lose any content, I hope that we gain all this kind of content, because the market has shifted. The market has shifted, and we're talking crossplay, we're talking all kinds of things. Now, regardless of that, we don't know if this $500 million is accurate by any stretch of the imagination. Honestly, though, I wouldn't put it past Microsoft to make that kind of investment. Something this big as their IP. We saw last time they were making this big push for TV. Turns out maybe people want to play the games more than watch them. And I'm all for the expanded universe. I just think that should be something that we can experience ourselves. The story, maybe we take it on as Master Chief. We get to go and play that kind of Master Chief fantasy through a story, through the world, etc. But And then as a part of the online share world space is we're creating our character, we're training our Spartan, we're going on missions, we're battling it out in the arena, or who knows what else we're going to see. Honestly, I am very excited. It's been a long time since Halo 5 has come out. A lot of things has changed within the gaming space altogether. And honestly, with the goal that they're going to be putting this, I'm assuming on Xbox One and the next box, it's going to be an exciting time to be a gamer. And if they can bring a little bit more RPG love into the franchise and allow me to kind of live out that fantasy in an online shared world space, I'm all for it. The expanded universe of Halo is amazing. I love what they've built. I love the stories that they tell within the universe, and I'm just hoping to be able to take part more of that. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Obviously, this is just an opinion about what I hope to see. I'd love to know yours. Sound off in the comments below. Let's have that conversation. Let's talk about Halo. We're gonna learn more about it here in a couple weeks. Halo has been a big franchise and a big game in my gaming career for a very long time. And you can see here from the footage, like this is me coming back and not having played it in 6 months, doing okay. I definitely came out positive in this match, but you know, I definitely have to kind of relearn the tools and the motion and the movement as well. So anyway, for Work to Game, my name's Ryan. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a phenomenal day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Hey, it's me. It's been a while since I talked to you guys directly this way, but don't tell anybody. We've got even more epic content planned for this channel. The response has been incredible. We hope to see you. If you're new, hit subscribe, leave us a comment. I'd like to talk to you more about video games. I can't seem to speak my language. All right.